Welcome back to another episode here on the Eternal Sith Network, where you get all your Star Wars news. Today we have more information on Season 3 and more theories on The Mandalorian. But before we do start that, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you're always in the know, and return to the channel as I always have Star Wars content every single day. And once you're done watching this video, go check out my last one, give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's start the show because I'm excited for this one. So we know that the world of The Mandalorian is huge, and we know we have this big Mandoverse of a bunch of characters, and we know that we're going to get shows out of this, which we've already gone with Ahsoka, Boba Fett, and even the Skeleton Crew that's going to be coming out soon, sometime either this year at the end or possibly next year. But something else could potentially connect the world of The Mandalorian and the original trilogy to the sequels is the character who has been generating a lot of attention, even with the actor, as we don't know who's going to be playing him. But the character is Grand Admiral Thrawn. While The Mandalorian Season 3's official trailer didn't, provide evidence of this, the plot synopsis for the upcoming season does. Now, in the official synopsis for The Mandalorian Season 3, Din will apparently face new enemies as the Republic struggles to lead the galaxy away from its dark history. While a Thrawn appearance in The Mandalorian was once a, thought that was unlikely, the show's second season tied in the Imperial officer to Ahsoka Tano. Now, while Thrawn's appearance is confirmed for the Ahsoka series, he could also be set up in The Mandalorian Season 3 through The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, which have been confirmed to culminate in a tie-in event-like story in the future. Thrawn could be established now as the leader, now hear this, the leader of the Imperial remnants that Mando has been clashing with. Now that is an interesting fact on that one, or theory. As Thrawn's future past, his last canon appearance we know was in Star Wars Rebels, is a mystery of where he's at with Ezra, but we know that's going to be saved for the Ahsoka series. But it could possibly be written that Thrawn is leading the experiments to see the creation, get a load of this, the creation of Snoke / Palpatine's clones, which sees the rise of the First Order, which could be the New Republic's dark side history mentioned as Thrawn opposed the Rebels. So how interesting, guys, would this notion be if it ends up being that in Season 3, the main antagonist behind Moff Gideon as well is Thrawn, that is leading the charge of the New Republic going forward in a sense of getting the First Order, because we do know that Season 3 is going to make big accusations and big information for the upcoming of the First Order, as we know that Mando overall is going to have a total of 5 seasons. So with the last 2 seasons, it's going to lead up into, yes, the First Order. So at some point, we're going to get Thrawn. Now in Season 3, will it happen? It's probably unlikely, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a reference or a flashback of Thrawn, possibly Moff Gideon, who will be talking to Thrawn in this flashback, which is a big possibility, because also we can't forget, we know that Thrawn and Moff Gideon are kind of similar characters with liking a lot of relics and old stuff. And I like the combination of these two characters and them working together, as we also know that Moff Gideon will be rocking his Star Destroyer in the upcoming season, as we talked about it here on the channel. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if something with Thrawn does get referenced in The Mandalorian Season 3. And even going forward, like I said, Seasons 4 and 5, we're definitely going to see Thrawn for sure after the Ahsoka series happens for sure, as it'll lead into the First Order. And then we'll finally learn the fate of Ahsoka and other characters, as we know that in the sequel trilogy, we don't hear anything about these characters. And what I'm also curious to learn more about is the cloning aspect. And I'm hoping that with Thrawn, we really get to see that in Mando Season 3, or just going forward overall with what Thrawn has in store, in plan for, even with his army that we hear that is going to be resurrected, that he's going to be going against, using that as his army, as we hear these resurrected stormtroopers are coming back to life, that he uses against to go, we don't know what he's going to use them for, all these leaks and rumors about these resurrected stormtroopers using probably cloning, DNA or something, it could possibly be that this is for season 3 of The Mandalorian, or for an all-out bigger war at the very end, which maybe we see that in Ahsoka season 1, and then that leads into season 4 or 5 of The Mandalorian, as we know they're going to do a tie-in cut, which we just spoke about it here, guys. So again, this all makes perfect sense with Thrawn, and seeing how this will come full circle. And now it makes all the sense more of why we're getting all this news. I think that Ahsoka is going to tie into The Mandalorian, as we know that the Mandoverse will close its chapter in the next 2 seasons, with season 5 being the last of The Mandalorian. And after that, we'll learn the fates of each character in this Mandoverse storyline that leads up into the First Republic, which we get Rey, Kylo, and the rest goes on. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today and listening to this theory or breakdown on what's to come for the future of the Mandoverse. So for more Star Wars content, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Go check out my other content, as I've been talking about The Mandalorian season 3 and overall all Mando. Just check it out. I have a whole bunch of videos on it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Again, hit that subscribe button. You'll get plenty of content as I have news out every day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, the Eternal Sith then, now, forever. Later, guys.